If you've been avoiding eggs because you're worried about cholesterol, or you've been told eating eggs every day is unhealthy, then you are misinformed because eggs are one of the most misunderstood foods in modern nutrition. In fact, I remember when I was young, my parents told us not to eat more than one egg a week. Now, the truth is, eating 3 to 4 eggs per day can improve your energy, your brain function, your muscle health, and even your metabolic health far more than you realize. My name is Dr. Yemi. On this channel, I focus on longevity, metabolic health, and chronic disease prevention. In this video, I will explain exactly what happens inside your body when you eat 3 to 4 eggs per day, and why eggs are one of the most powerful, affordable, and complete foods you can eat. But before we talk about the benefits, let's clear up the biggest myth surrounding eggs, the cholesterol myth. You see, the most common reason people avoid eggs is fear of cholesterol. They believe that eating eggs will raise their cholesterol level and increase their risk of heart disease. This fear did not come from strong science. It came from an outdated research in the 1960s that has since been debunked. So here is the truth. Most of the cholesterol in your body does not come from your food. Your liver produces the majority of your cholesterol internally. So when you eat eggs consistently, your body adapts. Your liver simply produces less cholesterol to maintain balance. So you do not have to worry. Even more important than total cholesterol is the type and quality of the cholesterol. You see, when people eat eggs regularly, HDL, the good cholesterol, often increases. The LDL particles become larger and less harmful. The triglycerides often improve. So eggs do not increase the smallest LDL particles that are associated with heart disease. So cholesterol should not be a reason why you avoid eating eggs. Now let's talk about what makes eggs different from other protein foods. Why are eggs different from meat and fish? Because you see, most protein foods come from muscle tissue. Chicken, fish, beef. The muscle tissue was designed for movement and contraction. Because of that, its protein structure is dense and harder for the body to break down and use efficiently. An egg is completely different. Egg was designed to grow an entire living organism from a single cell. So because of this, egg protein has the highest biological value of any natural food. Now, biological value simply means how much of the protein you eat your body can actually absorb and use. So here's a comparison. For beef, it's about 75 to 80% use. For fish, it's about 80 to 85% use as well. For chicken, it's about 79% use. While on the other hand, eggs is 100% usable. So you see the difference. So with eggs, every gram of protein is used. Nothing is wasted. This makes eggs extremely effective for muscle repair, tendons and ligaments, and even your joint health, for hormone production, for enzyme function, for immune support. So if you feel slow, unable to recover, you feel weak or constantly tired, eggs are one of the most important, most efficient protein sources you can eat. But protein is only part of the story. The fuel advantage of eggs. You see, most people think of eggs as just protein source. This is incorrect. Eggs are also an excellent fuel source. When you eat lean protein like chicken breast or fish, only about 10 to 20% of that protein can be used as energy. On the other hand, eggs are different because of the yolk. The yolk contains fat, and fat is a stable, long-lasting energy source. When you eat whole eggs, about 65% of the egg can be used as fuel. This is why people who regularly eat eggs for breakfast often notice more stable energy, fewer energy crashes, better focus, and reduced hunger. They feel full for 4 to 6 hours. This is why eggs are commonly used in weight loss diets. It's not because they are low calorie, but because they control appetite and blood sugar very well. Eggs also have another layer of protection built into them: the egg whites and immune protection. Egg whites are not just protein. They contain antimicrobial compounds that protects the egg from bacteria. Before a chick develops, the egg must defend itself from the environment. So egg whites contain enzymes that break down bacteria walls, protein that bind iron so bacteria cannot use it, and compounds that block pathogens from stealing nutrients. You may have heard that egg whites can cause biotin deficiency. This is only a concern if large amounts of raw eggs are consumed. You see, cooking the egg white destroys the compound responsible for this deficiency. So as long as you cook your eggs, there's no biotin deficiency risk. Now let's talk about one of the most important components of eggs, especially as you age. We have leucine. You see, eggs are rich in a specific amino acid called leucine. Leucine is just not a building block for muscle. It is a signal. It tells your body to activate muscle repair and muscle protein synthesis. This is especially important if you exercise or you walk regularly or you lift weights or you are over the age of 40, because after the age of 40, muscle loss accelerates if it is not actively supported. Muscle is just not about strength or appearance. Muscle is critical for your metabolic health, blood sugar control, longevity, and even your independence later in life. You see, eating eggs regularly provides a consistent leucine signal that helps preserve muscle mass over time. Now, let's talk about one of the most important reasons why people notice clearer thinking, better mood, and even improved liver health when they start eating eggs consistently. See, this part is rarely explained properly, but I will try my best to explain it. Eggs are one of the richest natural sources of choline, vitamin B12, folate, and together these nutrients support a critical biological process called methylation. You see, methylation is one of your body's main maintenance systems. It is responsible for DNA repair, detoxification of hormones and chemicals, production of neurotransmitters, regulation of liver fat metabolism. See, when methylation works efficiently, your body repairs itself properly. When it is impaired or damaged, people often experience brain fog, poor concentration, low energy, mood disturbances, and increased inflammation. Also, they experience fat accumulation in the liver. Here's an important point. You see, up to 40% of adults have a genetic variation that reduces the efficiency of methylation. Most people are unaware of this. So, the good news, however, is that eggs directly support this process by providing the exact nutrients required in their most bioavailable forms. This is why many people notice improved mental clarity, better memory, improved mood, healthier liver markers, even. You see, eggs are not just calories, they're biological signals. Egg yolks contain two powerful antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. These antioxidants accumulate in the retina. You see, the light sensitive tissue at the back of your eye. Their role is protective. They filter harmful ultraviolet light and reduce damage from blue light exposure. So this is especially relevant today because most people use their phones and their computers daily. They spend long hours under artificial lighting. They are constantly exposed to screens, even late into the evening. So over time, this damages retina cells. Lutein and zeaxanthin act as internal filters, protecting the retina and preserving visual function. They also improve vision in low light conditions. And this is why people who eat eggs regularly often report improved night vision and reduced eye strain. But the benefits extend beyond just the eyes. It also supports brain function. The brain is largely composed of fat, but not just any fat. It is made up of delicate membranes that require specific fats to function properly. These fats are called phospholipids. Egg yolks are rich in these phospholipids that help maintain your memory, learning, focus, and mood stability. They support communication between your brain cells and protect the brain from oxidative damage. This is why eggs are often recommended for students during periods of intense learning and even for older adults aiming to preserve cognitive function. For individuals experiencing brain fog, you see, your brain does not just tolerate eggs, it depends on them. Eggs contain several vitamins that are commonly lacking in modern diet. This includes vitamin K2 that directs calcium into bones and teeth and prevents it from depositing in arteries and soft tissues. Retinol, which is an active form of vitamin A that supports immune function, skin health, and the integrity of internal tissues, such as your gut, your lungs, and your sinuses. Vitamin D, see, it plays an important role in bone health, hormone regulation, immune balance, and mood stability. Together, these nutrients makes one of the most nutrient-dense foods available. So, which eggs should you choose? Because not all eggs are equal. However, this does not mean you should avoid eggs. If you cannot avoid the most expensive options, here is a simple hierarchy. Pasture-raised eggs. These are the best options. The hens have outdoor access and a more natural diet. Another one is cage-free eggs, better than cage eggs, but often still produced in crowded indoor environments. Now, we have the conventional eggs. They are not ideal, but they're still highly nutritious and beneficial. One important clarification, however, is that organic does not mean cage-free. Organic refers to the feed, not the living condition. The best option is pasture-raised and organic, but if cost is a barrier, regular eggs are still far superior to most processed breakfast foods. Do not let perfection prevent progress. Now, how to eat eggs for maximum benefit. Eggs are powerful on their own, but combining them correctly improves nutrient absorption. Here are simple strategies you can follow. Pair eggs with leafy greens. See, the fat in yolks increases absorption of plant antioxidant by up to 9 times. Add onions to your eggs. They contain sulfur compounds that support liver detoxification. Use black pepper. This improves absorption of carotenoids found in egg yolk. Add tomatoes. They provide lycopene, a powerful antioxidant for your heart, your prostate, and even eye health. Cooking tomatoes with eggs increases lycopene availability. Add avocado. This provides additional healthy fats and improves satiety and energy stability. Now, make sure you avoid overcooking. Keep your yolk slightly soft if possible. Use olive oil or butter. Avoid excessive heat. You see, these small changes produce meaningful long-term benefits. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.